Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Mathematics. This is Rekha Chabra, your maths teacher. Students, I hope you all are doing great and giving good enough time to your studies. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel Learn Mathematics to understand mathematics. And please drop a comment after watching the complete video. So we have completed chapter number 3, trigonometric functions, in which we have discussed and learned various concepts. First of all, we learned about DMS system, how to do conversion from radian to degrees and degrees to radian. Then we talked about the different signs of all the trigonometric functions in all four quadrants. Then we studied their graphs and we talked about their domains and range. So today let's do a quick recap of all the concepts. If in a circle of radius r, an arc of length L subtends an angle of theta radians, then L is equal to r theta, or we can say theta is equal to L by r, where theta will be taken in radian and L and r should be in same unit. Then here is the conversion from radian to degrees and degrees to radian. Then these are three basic properties that we have learned even in class 10th. Then we talked about sine minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. This is known as odd function, and cos minus theta is equal to cos theta, which is called as even function. We discussed these concepts with the help of unit radius circle. Then here we have a list of all the formulae that I told you to please paste somewhere to save in your mind properly. Here is the complete list. Then we have formulae for cos 2x, sin 2x and tan 2x, which are very important and useful in trigonometry. Then sin 3x, cos 3x and tan 3x. Then we have different type of identities, cos x plus cos y, cos x minus cos y. But students, please make sure here is a difference in cos x plus y and cos x plus cos y. These are two different things and two different types of identities, properties, rules or formulae you can say. Now let's discuss few questions. Question number 1, prove that sin 3x plus sin x into sin x plus cos 3x minus cos x into cos x is equal to 0. First of all, let's open the brackets. Simply we are opening the brackets. And then what are we doing? We are combining these two terms, cos square x, sin square x. We are writing this way, taking minus outside common, because we know this is one of the identity. This is identity of cos 2 theta. And then here we are combining these terms, sin 3x cos x, right, plus sin 3x sin x. What is this identity? This is cos a minus b. Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b is equal to cos a minus b. So cos 3x minus x is cos 2x minus cos 2x, which is 0. Question number 2, here cos x minus cos y whole square simply opened by using a minus b whole square formula. Then sin x minus sin y whole square, open it by using a minus b whole square formula, right? And then what are we doing? We are combining these two terms, cos square x plus sin square x, because we know the value is 1. Then cos square y plus sin square y, the value is 1. And here minus 2 outside, and cos x cos y plus sin x sin y. Again, this is formula of cos a minus b. So cos x minus y. 2 minus 2 cos x minus y, 2 overall common, and 1 minus cos x minus y. Now here see, we need something in denominator 2. So what are we doing? We are multiplying and dividing by 2. Then cos 2 theta, we are applying that identity. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta, because here please have a look on right hand side. Here we need something in sin square. So then after that, open the bracket and solve it. It will be 4 sin square x minus y upon 2. Question number 3, very simple. Sin 7x plus sin 5x in the numerator, both the terms, both the brackets, sin a plus sin b, sin a plus sin b. So this property is applicable. In the denominator, cos a plus cos b, cos a plus cos b. This property is applicable. Please use this property and solve. It's very simple. You will get the answer. Question number 4, sin 3x plus sin 2x minus sin x. What are we doing here? We are writing this sin 3x separately and we are applying Sine A minus sine B in these two terms. Sine A minus sine B. And here what are we doing? Sine 3x, students, we are multiplying and dividing by 2, the same concept that we used in the last question. Sine 3x, we are writing 2 multiplying and 2 dividing this way. And here inside the bracket we are using this property sine A minus sine B, which is 2 cos A plus B by 2 sine A minus B by 2. And here sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, because here we need something in this format. So that's why we are writing this way. 2 sine 3x by 2 cos 3x by 2. And here 2 cos 2 plus 1, 3x by 2, 2 minus 1, 1x by 2. 2 cos 3x by 2 overall common, and inside the bracket again we are getting the format sin A plus sin B, and again apply this property inside the bracket and then open it and solve it, and this is the answer, which is equal to right hand side. Question number 5, good question. We have to find sin x by 2, cos x by 2, tan x by 2. And what is given? Given is tan x equal to minus 4 by 3. One more information is given that x lies in second quadrant. Before we start with our question, just have a look here. Student, as x lies in second quadrant, so we know in second quadrant our angle lies from 90 to 180. Agree? Yes. So our angle lies from pi by 2 to pi, or 90 to 180. This is x. But what we have to find out? We have to find out x by 2. So if we divide all three terms by 2, so it will be pi by 4 less than x by 2 less than pi by 2. It means our x by 2 will definitely fall in first quadrant, 45 to 90. And x by 2, all x by 2 will be positive. Right? Now come back to our question. Here tan x is given minus 4 by 3. Use this property and calculate sec x. Sec x is plus minus under root 25 by 9, which is 5 by 3. And cos is reciprocal, so plus minus 3 by 5. Now, as x is in second quadrant, our x is in second quadrant, so cos x is negative. In second quadrant, cos is negative, so cos we will take minus 3 by 5. Same concept that we used twice, so multiplying and dividing by 2, because we have to find the value of x by 2. We simply cannot divide the whole thing with 2. So we are multiplying and dividing this angle by 2, and this is the property of cos 2 theta, which is 2 cos square theta minus 1. We are applying that thing, and then we are getting cos x by 2 is plus minus under root 1 by 5. Now we know x by 2 is definitely in first quadrant, so we'll take the positive value 1 by root 5. Same way we will calculate rest of the functions. Sin square x by 2 will be 1 minus cos square x by 2. We'll calculate, it is 4 by 5. So sin x by 2 will be plus minus under root 4 by 5, which is 2 by root 5. But again, sin also lies in the first quadrant, x by 2. So we will take the positive value and will ignore the negative one. Then after that, tan x by 2 is sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2, which is 2. So students, I hope you must have understood all these concepts of trigonometric functions. Thank you very much for watching the video. Now please don't forget to like the video and post your comment. Thank you very much.